positioning of the players was a circle right around the microphone. I believe the harmonica was off to the side, it was outside the circle. We would listen back, we'd play a song, rehearse, listen back, tweaking by actually moving the instruments on the floor.
That was my drive to get to developing the one mic recording style. What I was using was 2 figure-8s over top of each other, which is called Blumlein, Alan from Alan Blumlein, the British inventor who invented radar. He invented the CRT, he invented a stereo phonograph. The Westrix head, the turn 45 degree, Blumlein also created that. His concept was to do a Blumlein recording, which means that you take 2 figure-8 microphones and you put them at 45 degrees. What you produce when you do that, you produce a clover leaf. You have now 4 zones around the microphone. You have left front, right rear, left rear. And that is the foundation of how I work. What's unique about this is that it's like a mirror across this way. So you have your left front and your right front, but your right rear is over here, and your left rear is actually over here. So it's like as if a mirror is placed in between, in front of you like that. That way I could put people all around the microphone, 360 degrees, and exploit this fact. So I could actually put the mandolin player, he would sound as if he's standing right in front of the guitar player. But he's not, he's actually over on the other side. So by doing this method, it gave me 180 more degrees of usability for spacing. Where normally if somebody was on stage, you could only record 180 degrees and that's it. You're stuck. You now have 360 degrees to put people closer or farther back, or closer, farther back. That way you get the mixing. I took the snare drum. I went up and down the center of the church, slapping down the snare drum. And I would hit the stick until I heard the reverb that I wanted. Because as you move up and down the church, the reverb time will change. Because you're now in the golden ratio of the actual structure. That's where I snapped, bang, bang, and went, oh my God, that's where it is. So the snare went right there, and it stays right there. And then I build everything else around it, because the snare is the most constant and loudest thing that will be played in the room. So from there, I then moved the kick drum, built the drum kit around where the snare was, and then placed the bass on the exact opposite of the mic, so that the kick drum is totally mono in the center, and the bass amp is exactly on the opposite side of the mic, like that. So that everything mono in the center line is mono. So the bass is mono, but I could move the bass closer or farther back without adjusting the kick drum because of the 360 degrees. Because I could cheat and use the other side of the mic. I could then bring the bass in, closer, tight, back. We had a lot of trouble with the bass. That's what took up most of the time, was because the bass was reverbing way too much. And it was an open back bass cabinet. It was Alan, actually, the bass player, who said, why don't we block up the back? So I actually ripped the carpet out of the back room there, and we pulled it behind the bass cabinet. So we deadened off the back wave of the thing, so it was only the front wave they were hearing. Once we did that, it tightened up like crazy. It was really nice, and that solved the big problem.